I really know how I want it to not work, or the shittiness is very planned. And in some way, it's like, it's much harder than you might think to build something that doesn't work.
My expectations of Brain Bar are, I don't know, the speakers list is very intimidating. Like, there's a lot of very smart people here. And I think, like, just riding from the airport, I shared a cab with Peter Sunde, the founder of Pirate Bay, which is like, I mean, at least in Sweden, where I come from, he's like a really big deal. So I'm like, oh, where am I going to?
It is something called the wake-up machine.
Oh!
Try to grab him by the pussy, it'll slap you in the
Safety, convenience, sex appeal. I'm not sure it has been cleaned though.
This pussy
Oh wow, thank you. No, don't use your hand.
The queen of shitty robots is here, ladies and gentlemen. And you create shitty robots. What defines shitty? How do you define them as shitty?
Well, there is, I mean, a shitty robot is something that solves an existing problem in a terrible way, or solves a problem that doesn't really exist. But it's been this weird thing, because I started my YouTube channel like 1.5 years ago, so it's been a pretty quick ride. Yeah. And in the beginning, they were definitely shitty, but now I realize, like, they're actually doing their job perfectly. Like, they're great at being shitty robots. They're terrible at solving the problem that they have in front of them, but they're great at being shitty robots.
When I was a kid, I always made a huge mess. I always had some project that I was doing, and they were never upset with me for making a mess. Like, they could be upset with me for not cleaning it up, but never for making the mess in the first place. But they were just really, I mean, like, I remember covering an entire room in toilet paper as an art project, and they were just like, okay. I grew up in Stockholm, or a little bit outside of Stockholm, and my parents were just very open to us kind of doing anything, and they were always encouraging the different interests we had, no matter what it was, kind of. So they were just very supportive. I have 2 older siblings, an older brother and an older sister, and they're very creative people. My sister's a photographer, and my brother is a developer.
So both of my parents work in television, but that only made me always swear off working in television, because you never want to do the things your parents are doing. So I was like, they were always like, Simone, we think you kind of like it. And I was like, no, I'm going to be a scientist. But now when I do work in television, or more in like content production, I see that I've like gotten a lot of things from them, because even when we were watching TV or movies when we were kids, they were always like, I like how they presented that character or that story or the camera sweep there. So kind of had it in the breast milk. Do you say that in English? We say that in Swedish. It comes with the breast milk.
We say that in Hungarian as well. I am not sure that they have this.
Weird. It sounded weird. It came with the breast milk.
I always liked inventors, but like, what does it mean to be an inventor? I read my diary the other day from a couple of years back, and I'm like, I kind of just want to build stuff, but it's like, also like, who is an inventor? It's a very vague, like kind of cartoon fantasy job title. So it's hard to know how to actually be that. But this is one setup. Like, I make YouTube videos of the things I build and just get to build ridiculous things. So I'm pretty happy with the setup.
Do you have a robot for that?
Ew, no. What would that even do?
No, I don't. But see, that's the thing I'm trying to interested to think about. Like, what would a robot for dirty underwear do? What do you have
Clean
for
them,
us?
maybe?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the evident thing. Okay, so I went to an award show in New York, and I knew that I was gonna lose. And I was like, how can I lose in the most graceful but yet unhumble way possible? So I'm gonna need to plug this in.
Can I help you with something? You wanna?
No, you just stand there and look interested.
What award ceremony was this?
It's called the Shorty Awards. I don't know. It's like some sort of social media award. But the thing about award shows is that you can go in and be like, I really don't care about this. But if you lose, you're still going to be sad.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be non-human to not be upset for losing, stuff like that. But I lost to Bill Nye, so that was okay. And I did it in a... Okay, wait. It needs to be positioned properly.
All right.
I started studying physics when I was 21, I think, and I just did it for the wrong reasons. I did it because it was the hardest thing, and I had good grades, and I was like, I need to put these grades to use in some way. But I realized that I liked making things with my hands, and I would probably have been better off doing like mechanical engineering or industrial design or something like that.
I get my inspiration and ideas from boredom and procrastinating. I don't know, it's always if I have to do something that I don't want to do, I come up with things I'd rather be doing, and it's always a useless machine of some sort. But I think it also, a lot of them spur from everyday problems that I have. So, I mean, things that I just don't want to have to deal with, like brushing my teeth is not a thing I love spending time on, and I'd prefer it to run a lot smoother or be done by somebody else.
The first shitty robot that I built was the Toothbrush Helmet, which is a skateboard helmet and has a robot arm and it has a toothbrush in the end of it, and it like brushes your teeth for you.
So the first hardware project that I made was actually not, I mean, it was kind of bad, but it wasn't intentionally bad. So I made an iPhone case with retractable guitar strings. So you like pulled out the guitar strings from the bottom of the phone and you clipped them to your belt, and then you held the cord on this phone and you could like play the guitar. It was a very ambitious first hardware project. And it's still probably one of the most complicated and best things that I've built, but it wasn't a shitty robot per se. But the first robot that I built for my YouTube channel was the Toothbrush Helmet. So I actually did it. I wanted to do a kids show about electronics for Swedish television, and I like emailed them, and they were just like really, I don't know, they were kind of hard to get a hold of. So I was like, I'm just going to film a pilot episode in my bedroom, and I built this project and filmed it, and I sent it to them, and they still didn't reply. So I was like, I'll just put it on the internet. And the day after, like, it had like 500,000 views, and I was just like, wait, what's going on here? Is there something here? Like, what's this all about?
And I think of a daily problem that I have like that, and then I try and solve it in the best way possible. And I think, I definitely create the failure. Right. And I have a very specific way that I want it to work, and I plan it. I didn't plan for the hands to fall off. That was just a bonus. But
yeah, exactly.
But no, there's definitely, and that's where all of the comedy is for me, and just because the shittiest robot is the one that doesn't start, but I want it to fail in a spectacular way and that actually looks funny.
Right, and we were speaking a bit backstage, and I was really interested, like, why did you start doing this? What was it that got you step by step to this moment right now where we're watching this machine work?
So it's, this machine specifically,
just not
or
specific,
like my...
No, just in general, just your approach.
So it's been a pretty weird ride. I still have to be like, is this really happening? Because it's such a bizarre, and it's it's all because of the internet, because it's just this magical place where really weird things can happen.
Okay, they're pretty shitty. Like, I build shitty robots. It's on purpose. Some of them are shittier than others, though. Fuck, that joke's a low-hanging fruit. I also do random stuff like working on becoming an astronaut. Lows and tons.
That's just the average ride.
Really? Okay.
I feel like fucking Pac-Man.
Building stuff for Testa.com.
No, yeah, go faster. Oh my goodness.
So it started for me because I just thought it was really fun to build things. I'm not an engineer. I didn't study engineering in school.
Right.
And I wanted to learn how to build with hardware. And I just realized I thought it was way more fun to build useless things than useful things. Because when you set up to build useful things, you're putting a tremendous burden on yourself.
Right.
You're like, it has to work great. It has to solve a problem. Maybe something that I can sell someday. And that's a lot to take on when you're just learning how to solder transistors. So I just decided to take that out of the equation, and I thought it was way more fun to build stuff like this. And then I didn't really know what to do with them, so I started making little GIFs of them and put them on Reddit.
And so you can buy them.
You cannot buy them.
You cannot buy them. No. Oh, you gifts. I thought you said gifts.
Oh, gifts.
Yo,
no,
gifts.
gifts.
All right, so you come.
Internet, man.
Fuck you. Dickhead.
Fuck me.
Fuck this robot.
What I don't understand is with people who have fake nails. How the fuck do you scratch your butt? They're kid-friendly versions of my videos on Goldie Block's channel, but you should check out the non-kid-friendly versions first because it has a lot of dick jokes, if you're into dick jokes. If even this shitty robot can subscribe, then so can you. Ow. I made you! You're supposed to... It took me a really long time to realize that I was interested in technology. It wasn't until I was like 23 that I had that moment of like, but wait, maybe I do like technology. Because I think, especially being a woman, you're just not exposed to other girls doing that as much as guys are. And it wasn't until I saw another woman she gave a talk about hardware hacking. And I remember seeing the talk and was like, wait, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to do these things. And I just realized that I had all these like prejudice against myself of like, oh, I could never be good at programming, because I had been interested in programming and wanted to build websites, but I was just always like, but I could never really be good at it. And then I realized like, wait, there's no reason I should not be able to be good at it. You might have seen this one already, yeah.
So this is you here. You're getting ready for a company.
A company?
Yeah, people are going to come over for lunch. Carrots and dip, maybe.
Yeah, sure. It's a party, and I serve carrots. No, this machine, it was one of the first ones I built, and I remember when I sat there trying to find a way to fasten the knives to the motors. And I was like, wait, because it started out so innocent, because I was like, I just want to chop vegetables. And then I realized, this is fucking strong. And it was really terrifying, because you can really hurt yourself on it, but I still have all 10 fingers.
Yeah.
God damn it! Oh my god! Okay, let's do it again.
Have you run into any accidents? Have you actually injured yourself ever with one of your robots?
Nothing I couldn't recover from.
Right.
But I did. I think the worst injury that I had was probably from, I did an alarm clock that slaps me in the face with the rubber arm, and I have learned the hard way. You can all learn from me, but if you have long hair, don't put your hair close to rotating shafts. Because my hair just got sucked in, and I was home alone, and I was stuck for like solid 5 minutes, and I was just like, I don't know how to get out of this, because there is no way I'm cutting off a chunk of my hair that's right here.
Right.
Like it would be some very futuristic like bangs, but didn't want to go there.
I have a workshop in my bedroom. Like not in my bed, but like in my bedroom. Yeah. / living room. So I build most of my stuff at home, but I have access to Adam Savage's workshop and the tested office and stuff like that, where they have plenty of tools I can't fit in my bedroom.
Oh, no,
okay,
this is you.
yeah.
Well, we're on point. Oh.
I don't think my hair gets sucked in this one though, or does it? No, it's borderline. Yeah. I mean, like, what baffles me the most with these videos, or like that one especially, is that so many people have seen it, and I love the idea that I might be the person in the whole world that most people have seen getting slapped with a rubber arm. It's like, I don't know what type of legacy it is, but it's something.
I think it's a great legacy.
I mean, I started this just because I thought it was fun, and I started putting stuff online, and it grew into something much bigger. But I think there's definitely a lot to take from it, because a lot of people ask me why I build the things I build, and that's a very valid question. But what I don't understand is why as soon as you're building something or creating something, you have to have a reason. Where if you're sitting on Facebook and scrolling, people aren't really gonna be like, oh, why do you do that? But as soon as you create something, you have to have a reason. And I think that's really a logical fallacy, because creating things is a purpose in itself, and it doesn't really matter what you're building as long as you're making something.
My favorite robot is the ketchup robot, which is it's like the godfather of shitty robots. It's this ketchup bottle on wheels, and it just sprays hot dogs with ketchup, and it's brilliant. Like, all I've ever aspired to do is to build something as great as that.
I give a lot of talks, and sometimes like jokes fell flat. It's kind of inevitable. So you got to make sure that you can recover from that. And I realize that the best way to recover from that is having an applause machine, because it's like you bring your own audience. Yeah. It's like you're bringing your mom, and she always applauds when nobody else does it. So when nobody's laughing, I just like step over, and I plug it in. Usually I have it plugged in from the start, but we're getting the whole process here.
Yeah, we get to see the whole thing unfold. So you have your fan here.
Ooh, here's a marker.
What is that for?
I don't know. I think I maybe just have been tired and thought that I might need a marker at some point. Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay, so say a joke that falls flat.
Yeah, so, oh God. I only know great jokes.
Okay.
That was my joke. No. I didn't even impress your fan.
Oh, wait. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
I am pretty secretive about my projects, but mostly because I never know if I'm actually going to go through with them. So if I talk about it before, I'm like, oh, maybe I won't like that idea in a week. But I am publishing a new project next week, which isn't a robot, but a solution for people who like to nap everywhere.
Tack för idag alla barn.
I feel like I'm like showing you something I'm gonna sell you illegally.
Yes.
And like I have some elephant tusks in here. Here's like here are my socks. They match my hat. It's very important. A machine that claps its hands for you because we don't have anyone else to do it. And here's a part of the lipstick robot.
So this is the lipstick machine.
Why do you have pliers?
Oh, just for general stuff.
Uh-huh.
I have a soldering iron too. This is just my travel
Oh yeah, this
work
is your
kit.
toolkit. Can I show?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we show them? This is your travel kit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For last minute troubleshooting, yeah.
I think I had some troubleshooting on stage. I think that's
Some
fantastic.
random stuff in here, yeah. But we're not going to use that. I'm just going to use the tape.
Okay,
because
good.
we're going to make you pretty.
Oh.
Prettier, sorry.
Yeah.
Prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already gorgeous.
There's a little room for improvement, not much.
Yeah, no, not much, but a little bit. I can see it. I'm going to help you.
I know.
Oh, this one's new.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a bunch of old ones that have been in so many people's mouths. You're getting a new one, yeah.
Yeah, good.
You're
good.
special.
I would have insisted on it
Could you hold
anyway.
that one
sure.
right there?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay.
Just tell me.
Okay. We're, so I built this, I built the lipstick machine, or made a lipstick machine a while back, but then I saw on YouTube all these YouTubers were doing videos where they did like 100 layers of stuff. So they did like 100 layers of lipstick.
Right.
And I realized that, yeah, 100 layers are cool and all, but I wield technology, so I can put 1,000 layers of something on my face. So this is a 1,000-layer lipstick machine.
Right.
Okay, and how many layers should he do?
15.
50?
50 or 15?
50. I think we're gonna go with 50 for that one.
Thank
okay.
you, buddy.
It won't be too much.
Really lovely. Wait a minute.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
No! What's happening? What the fuck? Oh, sorry.
Did this guy just die?
Oh, yeah, no. There we go.
We're
Okay.
good. All right, thank God. I'm going out tonight. I need this.
No. Wait. Come on, computer. Oh, no. You might escape.
No way. I don't believe it.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I know. I was about to leave here without this.
Yeah.
Oh.
25 already. We're going for 50.
You're going for the big 5-0.
Yeah.
Oh,
30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48.
I have a bunch of inventors and people who make content or work in television in my family, but it's not until like pretty recently that I started seeing how all these different parts of my life and of my family have actually played into what I do now, because it's kind of a combination of all those things.
They think that we have a plan,
yeah,
but we don't have a plan. We're just getting into
no.
position.
I'm going to go out and I'm going to kiss somebody. That's what I'm going to
really?
do. You're right now. I'm going.
No!
Yeah. Sorry. You possessed me. No.
Well, I don't know if that was okay.
I don't think it was okay.
That is probably not okay.
I got a lot of positive responses from people who were not at all affected by this. It's not.
I mean, because it needs to not work in a fun way. Like the shittiest robot is the one that doesn't start, but that's not very interesting to look at. But for me, the creative process is like, I have an idea, I scramble to find time to prototype it, I make like one prototype. And that is one of the things that I really love with my job, because I was thinking about starting or trying to fund different hardware companies, and then I realized I have to work with the same idea for like 5 to 10 years, and I just like making one prototype, and then I kind of back off and not having to do like stability testing and stuff like that. So it's really perfect in this way.